Why white tigers can't survive in the wild. The white tiger is truly a sight to behold, a stunning variation of the Bengal tiger, instantly recognizable by its pristine white fur and deep blue eyes. This coloration isn't due to albinism, it's actually a rare recessive gene that affects pigment production, resulting in what we call leucism. Imagine the sheer rarity. Only around 200-300 white tigers are estimated to exist worldwide, almost exclusively in captivity. Their striking beauty has made them icons, but this very popularity contributes to their precarious situation. Sadly, these magnificent animals face significant challenges and are overwhelmingly reliant on human intervention just to persist. Stick around. You're about to learn something wild. But first, tap like and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next mind. The striking white coloration we associate with these magnificent creatures isn't actually a separate tiger subspecies. It's a fascinating genetic quirk, an anomaly really, stemming from a recessive gene. This particular gene essentially inhibits the production of pigment, the very thing that gives tigers their characteristic orange hue. Because it's recessive, meaning both parents need to carry the gene for it to be expressed, you often see white tigers when two carriers breed. It's quite rare, but incredibly beautiful when it happens. The striking beauty of a white tiger is undeniable, but that very characteristic presents a significant challenge to its survival. This genetic mutation, leucism, affects melanin production, resulting in the distinctive white fur and blue eyes we associate with them. While visually captivating for us, this coloration drastically compromises their hunting prowess. Imagine trying to stalk prey when you're practically glowing against the backdrop of a dense jungle or mangrove swamp. Their natural habitats are filled with shadows and dappled light, providing excellent camouflage for most tigers, but not for a white tiger. They become incredibly conspicuous, making it difficult to approach unnoticed, whether they're pursuing food or avoiding danger themselves. It's a beautiful anomaly, yet one that presents a real hurdle in the wild. Most Bengal tigers are crepuscular, meaning they're most active during those magical hours of dawn and dusk. When light is low, it's a perfect strategy for hunting. White tigers, however, display a more unusual pattern. They tend to be more active during the day. This diurnal lifestyle, unfortunately, puts them at greater risk from predators, especially when they're young. It also makes finding food considerably harder. Their striking white coat, while beautiful, is a huge disadvantage. In daylight, it's much easier for prey to spot them. Interestingly, scientists suspect that the same genetic mutation responsible for their unique coloration might also affect their eyesight. There's evidence suggesting potential issues with depth perception, which would further complicate hunting and navigating their environment. You might assume that a tiger's striking appearance would be an advantage, but for white tigers, their unusual coloration presents a significant challenge. Their stark white fur and blue eyes offer absolutely no natural camouflage, unlike their orange counterparts, who blend seamlessly into the jungle shadows. This dramatically impacts their ability to hunt effectively. Imagine trying to stalk prey when you stand out like a beacon. Successfully bringing down larger animals, like deer, cattle, or wild boar, which are crucial for sustaining them as carnivores, becomes incredibly difficult, if not impossible. It's a real disadvantage in the wild. The striking appearance of white tigers, while captivating, often comes at a cost. Because they're so rare in the wild, naturally occurring white tigers are incredibly uncommon. Most exist because they've been specifically bred in captivity. This practice, unfortunately, has created some serious challenges for their long-term survival. The rarity of the trait means breeders frequently resort to inbreeding to produce cubs with that distinctive white coat and blue eyes. However, this close breeding significantly reduces genetic diversity within the population, making them more vulnerable to diseases and environmental changes. We're seeing a concerning increase in health problems amongst white tigers, including weakened immune systems that make them susceptible to infections and an elevated rate of birth defects. It's a complex issue highlighting the unintended consequences of prioritizing appearance over overall health and genetic resilience. You've probably noticed the striking blue eyes of a white tiger. They're truly captivating. Interestingly, that vibrant color isn't actually blue in the traditional sense. It's an optical illusion caused by the absence of pigment within the iris itself. Because there's so little pigment to absorb light, the way light is scattered creates this perceived blue hue. This lack of pigmentation also has a real impact on their vision while they can see. It means their visual acuity isn't quite as sharp as that of tigers with normally pigmented eyes. Bengal tigers already struggle with significant challenges: human encroachment on their territories, relentless poaching, and the devastating loss of habitat. But white tigers face a particularly unique vulnerability that goes beyond these broader threats. They're not simply struggling to survive in a changing world. Their very existence is tied to human intervention. These magnificent creatures are almost entirely a product of selective breeding, intentionally cultivated for their striking appearance. This means they've lost the natural genetic diversity and resilience found within wild tiger populations. Unlike Bengal tigers, who can adapt and thrive independently, white tigers often require significant care and aren't equipped to survive on their own in the wild. Their beauty comes at a price, a dependency on humans that makes them incredibly fragile. For decades, glimpses of white tigers were considered extraordinary events, true rarities in the wild. Their striking appearance made them objects of folklore and fascination. However, that perception has drastically changed due to intensive captive breeding programs over the last several decades. While seemingly a conservation effort, these programs have unintentionally created an artificial abundance of white tigers. The number we see today far surpasses what any natural ecosystem could possibly sustain. Sadly, attempts to reintroduce them into wild habitats almost invariably fail. They lack crucial survival skills and often disrupt existing predator-prey dynamics, proving detrimental overall. It's a paradox, really. The very thing that draws our attention to white tigers, their striking white fur and piercing blue eyes, is actually a major challenge for their survival in the wild. This unique coloration isn't something tigers actively evolve, for it's the result of a recessive genetic mutation affecting pigment production. Because these mutations are rare, White tigers often inherit two copies of the gene, leading to a range of health issues and physical deformities. These can include crossed eyes, shortened lifespans, and weakened immune systems. Consequently, they struggle to thrive in their natural environment and rarely survive long enough to reproduce. This situation underscores a crucial truth about genetic variations. Sometimes, what appears beautiful or extraordinary can come at a significant cost. It presents complex ethical considerations for conservationists trying to balance the desire to preserve these magnificent animals with the realities of their diminished health and survival prospects.